I thought we had a good date again. I think I went a little bit, not like deeper, but like touched a few things like family, a little bit deeper. But again, it was a great date. It was really organic, lot to talk. There was not like awkward pauses or anything like that you might get on like dating apps and stuff like that.
Hello, and welcome back to the festive special episode of Single Sounds. I'm the host and creator, Katie Mack, and my gift to you this year is this special episode to hear how some podcast dates went. I caught up with the one with Mother Teresa's blessing to hear all about his date experiences, and we discussed some seasonal single tips and tricks. Plus, at the end of the episode, I'll reveal the big announcement for next week's episode.
Let's begin.
We're here.
Again.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome. I thought this would be fun to do an update episode of how your dates went.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm happy to be here again and happy to spill. I'm not going to say spill beans. There's nothing that saucy, but
Spill the tea.
Yeah, just give you guys an update.
Yeah. Do you want to tell me? You actually got 2 dates from the podcast.
I know. One of my biggest fears was that I was not going to get a date.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. So thank you. Yeah. So I went on 2 dates. So I think I'm a bit spaced out. Went on 1 date with somebody. And it was a really nice date, actually. It was really fun. I thought it was really organic. It's a bit different to like Tinder dates because you kind of don't know that person that well. But there's always something that we could always rely on, we could always go back to the podcast. Well, you said this in the podcast, you read it. When you texted me in the interim, I always thought that I would basically make them do the podcast for the first 35 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd throw back the same questions at them, but obviously it never exactly flowed like that. But
it didn't materialise.
Yeah.
Did you ask some of them at least?
I definitely did ask some of them. Because I was like, oh, that would be cool.
Which ones did you get to?
I remember definitely asking one of them in the first date, like 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah, classic.
I mean, I want to apologise to my dates because I was late for both of them. But
oh no!
But both of them, I was at work and I had like medical emergency, so they have to forgive me for that. But
yeah, that's fair. You can't really be mad if someone's dying.
Literally, both cases they were dying. So I apologise.
So you were at work and you had to be late for the date because you were coming straight from work.
I came straight from work and literally people had medical emergencies.
I feel like that's just something someone's going to have to get used to if they're dating a doctor, though. Like, you're never going to be able to time when you leave your shift.
No, 100%. That's pretty correct. But I just always think that, like, I think it makes a bad impression. Like, oh, sorry, I'm going to be, you think you'll be half an hour late. As what happened earlier. Like, you think you'll be like half an hour late and suddenly it's like an hour. Like,
he may have been late for our lunch.
Therefore, I did make up for it. Time is money and the bill was not split.
It's true. He did pick up the whole bill. I did protest.
No, it's fair enough.
Such a gentleman. That's what I get for being, 45 minutes late?
45 minutes late.
Yeah, it's quite bad.
Nobody died this morning, so I can't even make that excuse. But TFL was shocking.
They have been shocking recently, to be fair.
So yeah, I think one thing I would say about the dates, so they really flowed. We went to, I can't remember the name of the restaurant, went to a restaurant in Shoreditch. It was pretty much tasting like we did today. And it went really well. It was actually 4 hours.
Yeah, it's a long day.
A very long day.
Yeah.
And then without going into too much detail, kind of like said, text me when you get home. She texted me when she got home and then left it a couple of days just to let things simmer. Like busy.
Ooh, that's an interesting technique.
Busy people. I don't know, it's like pressure. I feel like, there's too much pressure on everything. Like, if you had a good date, you'll have a good date and that'll be the same thing in a couple of days.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
We're both busy. We were both busy people, both professional people. Like, it wasn't one of those ones where you're texting every 10 minutes. It was like we were texting and then like 2 hours or 3 hours later they would text back, and we weren't texting throughout, so I thought it'd be okay to leave it like a couple of days. And I texted back saying I think we went on a date on Thursday. I think I texted back on Monday. And then I didn't get a response, but it was for good reasons.
Okay.
And then we got a response a bit. Then we got a response a bit later, which was completely acceptable. It was a bit disheartening thing that you went on a great date and then
you got ghosted.
And you got ghosted, but it was completely. It was legit, and they were like, something's happened. Okay, cool, no worries. I'm just away for a bit. Like, I'll get in touch when things settle down. And that was fine.
Yeah.
And they did. And
Were you panic messaging everyone being like, no, it's been so many hours?
you fully well know the answer to that question. You know, that was a loaded question. You fully well know the answer to that.
He may have been messaging me being like, I think I'm being ghosted. And I was like, what did I say to you? I think I was like, I said like a certain amount of time. Within the time frame she replied, and I was
no,
like,
it wasn't.
Was
I think
it not?
she didn't respond in the time frame.
I
She didn't
thought it
respond in the
was.
time frame because I think I messaged you going, she hasn't responded. No,
Yeah.
I think I was coming home from work and I was about to message you going, she hadn't responded, and then you messaged me going, guess what? You've got another date, and I was like,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
and then I was like, okay, cool. And it was a bit
And
weird.
then your ego is all fine.
I'm an egoless person. Anyway, it was funny because he texted me that and said I got another date, and then next day was like a really holy festival, like religious auspicious day. And I was at the temple, and she messaged me back when I was at the temple, so it was God's plan that she was going to message me back.
Perfect. So tell me how the second date with this person went.
I think it was after work. I was at uni actually, and it was cool. We went to Vagabond in Clapham. Definitely a big recommend for like all the single people out there. If you want. Definitely a great place to go. And I thought we had a good date again. I think I went a little bit, not like deeper, but like touched a few things like family a little bit deeper. But again, it was a great date. It was really organic, lot to talk. There was not like awkward pauses or anything like that you might get on like dating apps and stuff like that. But I just felt that there was something missing at the end of the second date.
The like spark element, that sort of thing.
And I always tried to I sent you that podcast for that Hinge analyst lady who thinks that the spark thing's overrated, which I don't think is generally. I think generally I agree with that like people overplay that. Like it doesn't need to be 90% of it, but it needs to be at least something of it. And I think there was something missing, and I can't kid myself and don't want to waste my time, don't want to waste her time. And I thought I'd be honest and just say there was something missing, and I don't see it progressing anything further. And
yeah, and I think that sort of message is so much better than just ghosting or like the fading ghost. Or I think anyone would be rather be told straight up, being like, "Look, sorry, I just don't feel that way. No hard feelings."
Yeah, and she was very polite about it. It was like, "Good luck with your masters." I was like, "Thank you very much."
So how about the first date with the next person who wrote in?
Yeah, so again, it was really cool. I felt there was like a lot in common. Again, I think we had a really good day. Again, like common theme, like I stress with you guys that are listening, that they really flow. Like I don't know about everyone, but the dates that I have with these people just always flow. Like you can already tell there are things in common that you already have.
Is that because they picked up on stuff you'd mentioned on your episode, or do you think it was more they wrote in because they knew you already had things in common?
I mean, I think it was a mixture of both. Like, I think they would like refer to stuff like, you said this, and I'll be like, okay, cool. So like, how does that fit in with your life? Or like, do you feel like something? And then we go from there. And then it just kind of always it cascades into like, oh, well, I did this. I'm like, oh, cool, that's really cool because I like doing that as well. We'll do similar things like that as well. We went to the old bank in Clapham.
Oh yeah.
I had a few drinks there.
All of them have been Clapham, no?
I know. One of my friends has a property in Clapham and he's visiting, so he's using it as a base. Using it as a base.
Free accommodation locally.
Exactly. No, yeah, exactly. And it goes against my North London roots, but all right, we'll let it go.
Yeah.
We'll let it go.
That's why I referenced it, because I was like, I definitely remember you saying in your episode, North London preferable.
Yeah.
You've succumbed to Clapham.
I know. But it was cool. It was fun. And then going back to that, I've really taken a lot into that Hinge Ladies podcast. But anyway, I just thought that I find it hard. I don't believe that you can really gauge in what somebody's like over, let's say, 90 minutes or 2 hours for a date. So I thought we got along and thought we should do it again. As I always think, I didn't have a one date policy. Unless you have a real stinker, you're not going to get like one date. Like we should do it again.
I do agree with that. I think the second date's super, super important.
Yeah. So I messaged her saying like, would like to do it again. And she was very honest. She was like, I didn't feel anything romantic. Like you were really like, not, we had a great time, but I didn't feel anything romantic. So I said, thank you for being honest, and we went our ways, and that's cool.
Thanks for writing in anyway.
Exactly. Thanks for being honest, and cool. Thank you for your time, and that's it.
Yeah, and like leave it on a good note.
Exactly.
That's nice.
That's all anybody ever wants in life. People just to be honest.
Yeah.
People to be straight.
I agree.
We don't have time in life to like faff around.
No. We're too busy.
Oh, 100%.
You're too busy saving lives.
I know. I wonder if I'd love to know if that ever played a part. I felt bad, but it is what it is. That's just my job.
If you have to be late for that important reason, I think a reasonable person would be like, that's okay. So, moving on, we thought it'd be fun to add in some seasonal questions about being single.
Oh yeah, I'm a professional at this.
So I sent you a few options, and the question I think that really stood out for you was answering about nosy relatives. So, everyone's been through it where they go back home and someone's aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa comes over and says, "Why don't you have a partner?"
Yeah, I mean, everyone's gone through it, but none of you met my mum.
Your mum,
my
yeah.
mum is the worst. Honestly, she's the worst. She's always going on about it. She's like, oh, it just never escapes her mind, which is pretty. She's a really lovely woman. Don't be scared away by her. Don't worry.
She just wants you to find a girlfriend.
She does. She really does. So how do I avoid it? I think I'm lucky because most of my family are pretty chill, pretty cool with it. And another great thing is that my sister has a boyfriend, so he diverts your attention to him.
That's a good tip. Use your other siblings if you have them, their partners.
Exactly.
Divert the energy to them.
Yeah. Divert. When they ask you, I'm getting married. Oh, but my sister's already got a boyfriend.
Maybe go ask them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think other good things lead them on a goose chase. That's what I'm doing with my mum at the moment.
No way.
Yeah.
What, so you tell her a fake girlfriend's name?
No. I'll be yeah, you know what, Mum, I've been looking, but I can't really find somebody. So why don't you try to do you know anyone out there? So she wastes her time trying to look around, trying to find these people. And in that way, she can't divert her attention onto me and be asking questions. She'll be oh yeah, I'll go look for you. Don't worry, I'll go look for you. Because the mum will be oh, if I've chosen this person, it's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she ever suggested anyone?
Oh yeah, she suggested someone the other day and completely said no.
Oh really?
Yeah,
just not your type.
No, she was 21.
Oh. Wait, did this girl know, or she completely blindsided as well?
I don't know. So I said to my mum, I mean, I'm obviously trying to look myself, but
yeah.
I'm not gonna be upset if as long as there's no pressure on it. If mum finds people that she knows are single and wants to introduce, I'm okay, cool. As long as there's no pressure, we have to do anything, that's cool. You go find, go look around. And she was oh, I think I found someone for you. I was okay, tell me more about them. They're 21. I said no. She's what? She goes, there's a 7-year difference between me and my dad. And I was yeah. If you're 38 and you start dating a 28-year-old, that's okay, cool. That probably can fly. But not a 28 and a 21-year-old, because that person has just got out of uni. What type of life have they?
It's the lifestyle
exactly
differences, 100%. Bless her for trying, though.
Yeah, and guess what she said next week? I've got someone for you.
19.
22.
Oh.
I said, what's the difference between a 22 and a 21-year-old?
Did you give her feedback though? Were you come on, you got it?
Yeah, I literally said I'm not going to date somebody that's 21 or 22. I want them to have experienced life.
Yeah.
And she's have you experienced life? I said, go check my Instagram and tell me if I experienced life.
check my travel gram.
She was I was what's it? I told her, what's the difference between a 22-year-old and a 21-year-old? She goes, oh, this person's been working for a year. I said, oh, jog on, man.
Yeah, no. Bless her though. It's again, great tactic though, be look, I'm struggling. You go find someone for me.
Exactly.
Give them a little hobby.
Exactly.
So they let it go a bit more.
Exactly. A little one little goose chase, and you just carry on doing your own business.
Also, they'll probably find they've realised how hard it is to find someone that they think will fit with you.
But I think it's also I don't know, it might be a bit strange for them because they might be looking for they might think that they want to find somebody based upon their lifestyle, and my lifestyle and their lifestyle is pretty different. But it's also very tough. A lot of people find people these days, and it's not how it was. My mum and dad were a semi-arranged marriage. They were introduced to each other. They got talking. They realised my mum didn't want to marry my dad. It's not arranged, and then she agreed at the end. Don't get it mixed. But
yeah.
You should read those love letters. They're so funny.
Are they?
My mum at the bottom, I will not marry you. Ever.
He still went with it.
No, they're happily married for 35 years and they love each other now, but down at the beginning, she's
I wonder what changed her mind.
Because she wanted to make my granddad happy, so she did it for the family. Bless
Fine.
her.
And then she learnt to love him.
Exactly. Love grew after that. And
that's nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
But the love letters at the beginning so funny. Stop messaging me.
It's like being a pest,
exactly.
Triple texting style of letters.
Exactly. I do not like this teddy you have sent me.
Oh, well, he was really trying.
He really tried. Bless him. God loves a trier.
Bless. That's so cute. Yeah, to be fair, that was my I thought about this the main tactic, and I think it's just if you really don't want to be brutally honest, divert, you just say like, oh, sorry, I've got to go like check on the turkey now, like whatever you're doing, make up some crap to get out of it. Or if you're going to be like more brutally honest, you can just be like, no, actually, I don't, but I am doing this other really cool thing in my life. You can control the conversation.
Yeah. It's important to set the narratives, right?
Yeah.
Like in this day and age, people do not need to be. I completely agree. It was different 20 to 30 years ago. Whether it's right or wrong, which I think is wrong, people were judged upon these type of things. Like, oh, it was a taboo for you to be 28, 29, 30 and not seeing someone or have the idea that you didn't know where you were going with it. But in this day and age, there's so much that people can achieve. Or like, for example, I'm doing a master's at the moment. I always be like, well, I'm doing a master's. Like,
yeah,
I haven't got time to work masters and then full time like looking out for people. Like, if you know things slide in, then they slide in. Like, but people need to just work on their own self achievement, and then dominoes will fall.
I agree. And there's no point just waiting around sulking about it. You may as well go out, like live your best life. How about general tips for surviving winter single? I feel like there can be some things of, you know, after cuffing season, the whole reason that comes about is people want to like cuddle indoors with your partner, and you know, you might want someone to go on dates with around this festive period, to go with the fun things like Winter Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland, I hate that place.
Do you?
It's so overpriced. It's so expensive. Busy.
Yeah. Last year I went because you had to get tickets, and it was actually a bit more controlled.
I think I went like one time, a couple of times. Just like bad. You know when you're like 16, you always just go Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
Like bad experiences of just like being rammed everywhere and like so expensive. I was like, oh, you may as well just go to like a proper like Christmas market or like in Europe for like the experience.
True.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm like a veteran of like being single in winter. Like, like I've learned all the tips and tricks. I don't know. I think it's a good time to be single.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have to buy people presents.
Yeah,
that's a great reason.
Yeah, great. Save some money. There's a lot of food going around, so you can just feel yourself like just comfort eat.
Yeah, it's true. Lots of yummy food.
Yeah, great. And you always got like family around, so like you're not alone.
You're
not always alone.
You got a lot. It's true. I've got so many like work parties and like parties that don't actually revolve around having a partner at all. They're not even invited, so no one would feel bad.
Yeah, this year, special year, World Cup.
Yeah,
a lot of football going on.
Yeah, exactly.
So
who needs a partner?
Exactly, like self-sufficient. Don't have weddings. So you don't need plus one.
Yes, it's so true. There's so few events that actually someone would require you as a plus one.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I mean, obviously the season it gets darker earlier, it's colder. You want to cuddle someone, but you know, those are like bonuses. Like, just surrounding yourself with friends and family is always important. Eating a lot, as I said, there's a good amount of TV. Like, you don't really need to feel lonely until like Titanic comes on Christmas Day. Like, they're all uplifting Christmas movies.
True.
They're all like based upon like heroes and like, and, like the Grinch didn't have a girlfriend. Like,
the one I was thinking of though is Love Actually, and that's all kind of like,
fair enough.
But there a lot of things happen in there, like the breakups happen,
Yeah, I get it. And also you don't get invited to these like random, as you said, like random Christmas parties where you just don't know anyone or like. So my top tips would be eat a lot, drink a lot, be merry.
Be merry, yeah. And think about all the money you're saving.
Think about all the money you're saving and just make it a New Year's resolution to try to put yourself out there again.
Yeah, maybe do some new dates. A really fun one that actually one of my friends has been going on. You know that puppy yoga they do?
Yeah.
They now do a thing called pup dates.
No way.
So it's like, it's speed dating with the puppies.
No way.
I know. You get 2 free drinks. It's actually really cheap. It's £25.
No way.
Normally you pay £35 to go to the yoga with the puppies.
I went to puppy yoga once.
Did you enjoy it?
The instructor spent the whole time calling me unflexible.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
normally you don't really like do the yoga bit properly.
I don't know. Was it weird that I actually went for the yoga?
No, I think like you do yoga, but normally it's like so basic that they don't correct anyone. But maybe you had like a dictator.
He was so funny. He's just ripping me. But yeah, no, that's cool. I might look into that.
Yeah. They're doing one like really soon. They're doing like all over December. So.
Worst comes to worst and the date's really boring, you just play with a puppy.
Well, that's what, so the friend that he said it was like his favourite event. He's been to a few like Thursday ones, salsa ones. He said for the price, because it gets really expensive going to these things. Like the one he went to at Salsa, it was £12 for a glass of wine.
Madonna.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
And yesterday we both went to pubs to watch the football. It was like £5 doubles.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like in London you're used to like, yeah, drinks are expensive, but that's a rip-off. You could buy a nice bottle for £12.
100%. Not of red though.
But yeah, he said for £25 you got 2 drinks. Obviously the Papa Yoga, which is normally 35, so it's discount, and they split it so male female tickets, so there was an equal amount of gender. So he was worried that there'd just be like all blokes there, or vice versa, he'd be the only bloke, which I was like, that'll be a great thing. But he was like, no, because then you just look sad. I was like, true.
I need to look into this. I'll do this.
Yeah. The only thing is you don't get to pick your breed, which is why I think maybe they're a bit cheaper, but all puppies are cute. Right?
All puppies are cute, man.
Yeah.
When I went to Papa Yoga, they just go jumping on me. It was brilliant. As long as they don't piss on you, it's calm.
Yeah, they do that, to be fair. They smell a bit. Warning for anyone going. Don't expect them to smell like roses.
Yeah, no. You can, but they won't.
They will smell of piss, yeah. Bless them. They are not potty trained.
No, they are definitely. They get very easy excitable as well.
Yeah, they pee on those mats, so it's kind of grim. But. Yeah. Okay, actually, final question leads on quite nicely to what we were talking about earlier about saving money. Have you ever had, when you're in that dating phase with someone, you're not exclusive, you're not official, but you feel like you should get them a present? What do you do?
I think one of the key things is, obviously being like this, I've had that scenario before, but I think the key things are, like, if you pick up on like little things, like, whenever you're having conversations, there'll be little like hints and like little things that'll drop. Like, I remember having a girlfriend, having like this type of exact scenario when I was in uni, and she was like, oh, I really want these pens before like this project, or like just like walking around the mall and she'd be like, I really want this. So if you pick up on these like little tips and tricks, I think it'll go like a long way.
Yeah. And it's nice, as you just said, she asked for pens. It doesn't have to be like really expensive. I think often I've done like just a token of something that I know they'd appreciate. I wouldn't recommend going out and spending like hundreds of pounds.
No, I think spending gifts, I don't know, sets like a wrong precedent. Like,
I agree.
I think they'd much rather something that they can use, something that they've asked, something they desire, compared to like you bought them a necklace. And
yeah, like one of my friends, she was just dating this guy. They weren't even exclusive at this point, I don't think. And he got her £300 purse. And it was like, wow, like, what was this for? Like, what are you, I don't know. Like, for me, I was kind of like, that's really nice. And she loved the purse. But I just couldn't help but think, what are you trying to do here? Like, what's the angle?
Yeah, because then it leads on to, if things do progress further.
Yeah, how do you top
how
it?
Do you escalate?
And does she have to match it?
Yeah.
Like, does then she have to spend £300 on whatever you guys do, what she decides to buy? I think you should like slowly scale them up.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Oh, 100%. As I said, like gifts, token gifts, like little things that supplement people's life that they'll appreciate and they'll use. Those are often like the greatest gifts. My friends knew I was going to uni. For my birthday, they got me a rucksack so I could take it to uni.
Yeah.
It's not like the most expensive gift they'll ever get me.
But you use it every day.
I use it every single day and I love it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I also think a really good one, I've done it before, it's like when actually you're not even comfortable getting them a gift, you can just say, look, I want to take you out for dinner or to an activity, and like, this is your gift. And like, make it very clear, like, I've bought these tickets as your Christmas gift, for example.
Yeah, so I just got to the stage with my parents that I don't know what to get them every year. Like, they've got everything.
I always get experiences.
So it's just like, okay, on this specific day, we're going to the theatre, then I'm going to take you out for dinner afterwards.
Yeah.
And that's the majority of your like gift. I also think that like now at this age, gifts that you didn't want when you were younger, like, they're great. If someone gets me socks, brilliant.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird, right?
Yeah, like links. Yeah, I used to hate that at like 20, but now keep giving it. Like I need it.
I ask for like the most boring stuff now. Like last year I got bedding, but nice bedding. Come on, that's so expensive.
I know, man. Like socks, like I lose like at least a pair a week. Like they just go missing in my washing machine. Like just give me all of those like amenities. Like I need them. Like
it's so true. I literally have it exactly the same. My mum was like, I don't know what to get my boyfriend, and I was like, he really needs new boxes. Like just get him some nice. You just got him like Calvin Klein's or Levi's or something. I was just like, yeah, he'll love that.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
they get to work every single day.
Exactly. He'll always wear them.
Exactly.
All right. I think we're done.
Sounds brilliant.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back.
You're more than welcome. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Hope everyone has a great 2023. So, the moment you've all been waiting for. Next week's episode will be an interview with the podcast's very first exclusive relationship. I can't wait to share this news with you and for you all to hear about their podcast dating process. To celebrate this news, I'm doing a giveaway of 2 tickets to Fair Game, the new fun fair in London, which I can confirm is the perfect date destination. To be in with a chance of winning, all you need to do is hit subscribe on Apple Podcasts and send me a screenshot of this on the day of the episode release, aka next Tuesday, the 3rd of January. Good luck, and I'll see you next Tuesday.